And when everything's said and done, welcome back again to G-senjou no Maou. And to ease you a little bit in, I even put over this because I realized in a lot of those videos I had this kind of garment on my shoulders, and my arms, and whatsoever. So yeah, G-senjou no Maou. Who would have thought that I would continue that? But I'm doing it right now, and I hope you can help me out again with the audio and all of that. And yeah, because I had to readjust a lot of things and I couldn't really look into that too much, and it is always hard to judge it from the first get-go because the audio background and everything is changing continuously, because as in Shari no Kuni, the background audio is not normalized enough that I can pinpoint it at the first go. So, with that in mind, we can load the latest save I had the last time I played that game. Just to make sure that I really are at the same spots as I was before, for the sole reason that I was not 100% sure that I made the same decisions. And there's another thing. I am struggling to find a game that scratches my itch for action-based combat. I just recently had played Metal Gear Rising. Not a lot of you were interested in it, but that's fine. But I more or less need something to that has a little bit more action to it than just reading. Because as much as I like visual novels, I need my injection of action once in a while. And I just can't settle on anything I currently have on my Steam account. So yeah, suggestions what regarding that would be appreciated, but are not necessary. Anyhow, here we go. Okay, so let me revisit a little bit my mind. Okay, as I Kyosuke, a little dick, even though he had a really sad and bad past, his mother was raped. Okay, I think I have the gist of it. Yeah, I used the last few days to get to the same part again, to be up to date what everything is. And, oh, totally forgot, I most likely have to reinvent the voices, cause I don't know if I can replicate them from back then. I try, but most likely everyone will have a different voice, except for the main protagonist. But even the main protagonist has two different voices, but one of the voices I'm really into because it is his insane devilish side. Anywho. Okay. The temperature dropped sharply as the sun sank into the west. Even blending into the crowd along Central Boulevard couldn't ease the bitter cold. High school students were going home, being targeted by late-night shows, cameras for interviews. Why? The entire scene had already made its way into the realm of the routine. They'd all become ecstatic once they faced the microphone. If Kyosuke demanded it, Tsubaki could act exactly like those girls in front of the camera, full of passion. A store window in the street caught her attention as she wondered. Why are there... that's just something I don't get. Why are there late night show cameras interviewing high school students? Is it because of the Sano Corporation that got where the how was he called? The president? The leader of the school? What? The director of the school? Well, at least he was busted because it seems he had dirty money on his hands, so is it that why they question them? Anywho, one important detail that just came to mind again is that he wants Tsubaki to be like a leader of a cult, No, like not like a leader of a cult, but he wants to be for her like a leader of a cult, that she obeys his every word without questioning, like a follower from a cult leadership, which is kind of weird and also sounds really, really bad. Wow, I really have to get into it. I haven't recorded a lot in the past few days, and I really have to get into... Oh, way too much interruptions. Sorry. So, a store window in the streets caught her attention as she wandered. Behind it was a plastic mannequin in a tempting pose and a famous brand name dress.
いいな。
Oh, nice, she mumbled. She looked into herself, vainly trying to confirm if those were her true feelings. No answer came. It only caused restlessness in her heart. Between Tsubaki and the mannequin, her reflection in the glass bore such a frightening visage that she couldn't recognize herself. As the cold tortured her body, Tsubaki headed to the subway station. After Tsubaki left, I suddenly spotted an object she had left behind. A familiar notebook. That precious record Tsubaki had once held close to her. A diary? Could she forget to take something she valued so much? People who write in a diary might be able to contain their emotions through it, but I haven't seen her writing anything at all lately. Even so, I doubt it's something she's willing to part with just yet. I called Tsubaki. Yet all I heard was the mechanical voice of an unavailable recipient. Is she on a train? Maybe she turned it off. Tsubaki might really do that. Well, I'm headed to Central Boulevard anyway, so I'll drop it off while I'm out. I put on a coat and left the house. Waiting for me outside was a breeze cold enough to snap me back to reality. Are you not living in reality right now? She might have caught a cold. She felt dull and sweat bedded on her forehead. Her body temperature was unstable. Her feverish sensation was soon replaced by chills. Tsubaki walked through the park with empty footsteps. As if her legs were plated with lead, she kept on moving forward, rushing toward home. Am I panicking? She slowed her steps as she wandered. Tsubaki must feel guilty for skipping class. No, maybe it's because she was on a bit of a high after being accepted by Kyosuke. Carrying all kinds of uneasiness, her steps grew heavier. For example, what about the exchange student, Yusami Haru? Tsubaki treated her as a friend without ever thinking twice. Before she knew it, she'd already started to hate Haru. After listening to Kyosuke's story, she understood what a scary thing debt can be. Thankfully, Kyosuke had provided her with a house to move to, but beyond that, the only thing awaiting their arrival was a life of poverty. Couldn't her father think up a better solution? Tsubaki lost her breath. Why is it always me who has to do the worrying? Then the true source of Tsubaki's anxiety appeared.
あ、お姉ちゃん、やっと来た。
Ah, Oni-chan, you're finally here! Tsubaki's brother dashed toward her. He waited for her like it was the most natural thing in the world. His innocent smile showed no fear of the bitter cold. Her body felt a different sort of chill. The reflection she had seen in the shop window just earlier couldn't possibly smile like her brother anymore. Sadness, rage overcame her. Tsubaki had already completely forgotten the fact that she, herself, broke the promise and stared solemnly at Hiroaki.
なんで帰ってないの？
Why didn't you go home? The accumulated despair dropped deep into Tsubaki's heart. The sound it created as it landed rebounded off of the darkness it found there, and escaped through Tsubaki's mouth in the form of words. These were all delivered straight to Hiroaki's ears.
困らせるんだ。そうやってお姉ちゃんを。
You are such a pain sometimes. The downtown crowd is as annoying as always. I'm taking the subway to the Eastern District. I doze off, thinking about Tsubaki. I've witnessed her personality change firsthand. Like ink dripping onto a clean sheet of paper, she is slowly losing her original form. Just as they say, as difficult as creation is, destruction is easy. Oh man, this is... I mean, I just tried to draw similarities between Shari no Kuni and this, and as dark as Shari no Kuni was, this thing is 3 times darker on any level, at least. But I think it's because the premise is crime and stuff like that from the beginning. So I'm surprised. I mean, honestly, I was so unmotivated when I started this, even though I acted up a little bit to try to hype me more or less on my own regards, but now I'm genuinely into this again. Just reading it loud out for me and for you is something that, oh god, did I really mention myself first? For you and for me would be the polite way, but anyhow, that reminds me about Maou saying to Tsubaki, I will mold you into a human, saying that she wasn't a human already. But I mean, it's hard to say because I most of the time say humans are more or less just animals with a little bit more knowledge. So forming someone into a human, what means that actually? I'm interested in where this is going. And this is basically true. Creation is difficult, destruction is easy. I mean, you can drop a bomb, boom! Everything's dead there. And to build it up again to what it was before takes weeks, months, and even years. So, yeah. The innocence Tsubaki had been raised with since she was young vanished, without a trace, right after her introduction to money. Which means it was no stronger than that to begin with. Tsubaki's kindness was only a fragile, insignificant thing. One should say that fragility was because she hadn't built up a strong enough buffer against philosophical insult. True enough, I've been inducing Tsubaki, and she's experienced a number of misfortunes that left her vulnerable. There was that kidnapping, and as a result of it, they've been forced into major debt and have been chased from their home. Still, I thought, is it really acceptable for humans to be that weak? No matter the circumstances, the core of the problem lies with the one being exploited. Everyone knows that's where the responsibility lies, but saying so before the masses would lead to criticism. So people choose to stay silent. I didn't get that, to be honest. Be that weak, no matter the core of the problem lies with the one being exploited. Responsible, but saying for the masses. My hands might be filthy, but I'm correct. I steeled my resolve again and delivered my body over to exhaustion. What does he mean by that? Tsubaki couldn't take it anymore. The snowflakes falling to the ground froze her reason.
これで何回目だと思ってるの？一人で出歩いちゃダメだって教えるのは。
Tell me, how many times you've done this? Didn't I tell you not to come out by yourself? Although she inquired in a cold tone, her brother was ignorant to the changes in Tsubaki.
それより聞いてよ。マサトくんがね、マサトくんってお友達がね、犬飼ってもらったんだって。マフマフしてるの、僕も欲しい。だって。
Listen to me first, Masato-kun. Wait, what? Is my friend, by the way. Anyway, his family bought a dog. It's so cute. I want one too. Buy me one.
Oh god, that kid is spoiled. Even I say that this kid is really a spoiled brat at this point. The veins in her temple throbbed.
ねえ、買って。チワワっていうの。買って。
Hey, buy me one. It's a Chihuahua. Buy me one.
Oh god. As much as I like dogs and cats, Chihuahuas, in my opinion, are an abomination. Because dogs stem from wolves. And wolves are how big? I mean, wolves are how big? And what are Chihuahuas? Chihuahuas are dogs in hamster format. They are shivering the whole time, and they are the result of incestuous breeding with small dog races to get it that small. It's just an insult to nature to breed something like that, just for the sake of having a small dog. If you want a small animal, get the hamster or something, or a rabbit. I know you can't take it for walks, but at least it's not an insult to nature in itself, doing something like that. This sounds pretty harsh, but that's my opinion about Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas are just, oh god, no. Oh.
いくらすると思ってるの？
Do you know how much money it would cost?
知らない。高いの？コンビニのアイス全種類買うより高い？
Not really. Is it expensive? Even more expensive than all the ice cream in the store?
当たり前でしょ？
Obviously.
So yeah, for some reason, those small inbred dogs cost a fortune. Great, isn't it? They don't serve any function except being small. It's a small dog. I mean, small dog. Anyway, sorry that I'm interrupting this so much. I'm sorry, but this is something that triggers me a little bit because I saw Adam ruins everything, and then you just have to search for breeding or something. Then you know. I feel. How is the word again? I feel encouraged in my belief that breeding is wrong. Well, breeding in terms of forcing incest to dogs just to get a certain result out of it. I'm so sorry, I'm totally breaking the immersion. But I don't know. I just feel strongly about it. Anywho, is he so spoiled that he doesn't even know a thing like that?
でもお姉ちゃんずっと前僕にゲーム機買ってくれたよ。すっごい高いってみんな言ってた。羨ましいって言われたよ。
She did?
But, Oni-chan, you bought a game system for me once. Everybody says it's expensive and they envy me.
That me doesn't exist anymore.
お金ないの？
I don't have any money.
嘘だ。お姉ちゃんの貯金箱見たよ。お札がいっぱいだったよ。
This is also a thing I really... Wait.
Liar, I've seen your savings box, sis. There's a lot of money inside.
Maybe there's a lot of money in it, but it's not for you, Hiroaki. It's not for you. It's for your sis. She saved it for herself, for bad times and stuff like that. Or to... Well, I think that wasn't the initial thought, but now I think this... Oh god, no. And even, what is a saving box worth if anyone knows where it is and can just reach in and take money out of it? What's that kind of a saving box? At least hide it so nobody can find it.
人の財布を勝手に見たらダメでしょ
You shouldn't just go around peeking in people's wallets.
だって僕いつもそのお金でおやつ買ってるよ
This is unbelievable. No respect for the elder siblings.
Who raised this child? Where were the parents? It has to stop. Just had to think about Filthy Frank.
But I've always been using that money for snacks.
本当はいけないことなの
Really? You need to stop that.
She always thought he was too adorable to deny and let him get whatever he wanted. That was a huge mistake. From this point on, Tsubaki's family won't have enough savings. She can't ask for an allowance from her parents, and she can't waste her money on her siblings anymore. The sweat dripping from her skin was assaulted by the snowy wind, bringing on a sudden chill.
お姉ちゃん缶蹴りしよ
Nei-chan, let's go play kick the can.
うやだ寒いし
No, it's too cold. Tsubaki's hands shivered slightly. Surely the cold wasn't the reason. It was a subconscious attempt at suppressing a dark impulse. If she gave in to that impulse, there'd be no turning back.
ねえやろうよ
Hey, let's play.
Wait, is this dark impulse slapping him square in the face? You shouldn't do that.
嫌だって
I said no.
もしやってくれたら僕何でも言うこと聞くよだからほら
If you play with me, I do whatever you say. So come on.
He reached out and placed the can directly in front of Tsubaki. Tsubaki's darkness flowed into the container, drop by drop. It was about to overflow from within.
何でも
Whatever I say.
ならわかるよね何回も同じこと言ってるもんね
Then you know what I'll say, right? I've already told you thousands of times.
She planned to put a stopper in her heart. To close the doors Maou had opened. Tsubaki asked her brother,
わかるよねヒロアキ
Oh god, I have to sneeze! Oi, I'm sorry for that. Oh god.
Know what I'll say, right, Hiroaki?
何かな教えて僕お姉ちゃん好きだよお姉ちゃんの言いつけ破んないよ絶対だから遊ぼうそして終わったら子犬買いに行こう
What'll you say? Tell me. I love you, sis. So I'll do it for sure. So you should play with me. After that, you think maybe we could go buy a puppy?
Now, for some reason, Maou and Kyosuke's voices overlapped in Tsubaki's heart. This child is hopeless. Wait, they both say that? First, Kyosuke, this child is hopeless. And then, Maou, this child is hopeless. Together with their words, the dark droplets flowed out of the can before her. A torrent burst forth. Hiroaki! Her impulse spiked dramatically. Her raging palm screamed for violence, soaring through the wind. The can placed in front of her shot to the sky with a clear sound. She was desperate. Then, like waves lapping upon the shore, her palm firmly collided with her brother's face. Pain. Her palm was moaning in pain. Hiroaki's chubby cheek reddened. She had always kissed him there, saying how cute he was. Yet this time she had hit him. She had finally hit him. There would be no turning back. The Tsubaki of the past turned to ash as the sound of her sin echoed in the cold air. The serious straight-laced Tsubaki crumbled completely. It was a blow for disciplinary purposes. She immediately formulated an excuse. Because they were family. Such actions would be forgiven. Someone might even praise her for it, like Kyosuke. Still, to Tsubaki, this was a tragedy, akin to jumping from a skyscraper.
Hiroaki.
Tsubaki, frightened, addressed her younger brother. Totally wrong pronounced. Tsubaki, frightened, addressed her younger brother. Hiroaki knelt on the floor, completely silent, like a marionette with severed strings. Or severed strings.
お姉ちゃん。
Wow, he's not crying yet? The shock he suffered must be immeasurable. Even the person who hit him nearly collapsed in regret. To be treated violently by the sister he had always trusted would be entirely unfathomable.
もう、
Have we started?
Hiroaki raised his head, obviously confused. Tsubaki's heart itself shook the air out of her lungs. She could only hear that as him blaming her. She could only hear that as him blaming her. Why did you hit me? The next moment, her brother's foolish smile met Tsubaki's eyes.
相撲なのお姉ちゃん。
Wait, what?
Are we playing sumo wrestling, sis?
I don't understand. BGM title Love. Hiroaki didn't cry, but hugged Tsubaki's legs happily. Her brother's stainless smile disgusted her. Seeing that familiar smile nauseated her. Tsubaki lit a dark, raging fire of melancholy. Once again letting her instincts guide her body, she struck her brother once more. She crashed into his small chest, sinking her fist into his face. She used all her strength to force him onto the ground. She brought out all the brutality of a lifetime. What? But even when Hiroaki was covered in dirt, he still stood up with a smile, rubbing his knees. Why won't you cry? What is it that makes you so happy? Why is there no suspicion, no hatred, no tears? Isn't it obvious that you are being beaten up? This is no game. I've already gone berserk, battering an insolent child. I hate you. Innocent, naive, free of suspicion. You made me so mad.
お姉ちゃん、もっとしよう。
One-chan, let's keep playing.
He drew the sentence out with a sweet voice. His stretched cheeks were red and inflamed. He looked up at her with an innocent, inquisitive look. Tsubaki's malicious cries wouldn't reach him, no matter what. Is this kid that dumb? How can he not understand? Why, no matter how hard I hit him, does he still think it's a game?
どうしたの？もう終わり？あれ？お姉ちゃん？
What? Are we finished? Hey, sis?
Something welled up from Tsubaki's heart.
寒いのお姉ちゃん。
Are you cold, sis?
Tsubaki's naive brother concluded that his sister was cold.
なんで泣いてるの？どっか痛かった？僕やりすぎた？
Why are you crying? Are you hurt? Did I overdo it?
Hiroaki made an honest, caring attempt from deep within his heart. He looked at Tsubaki, and within those eyes, Tsubaki reached her limit. She finally understood. During her brother's growth, only people who loved him passed through his eyes. He believes unconditionally that the sister who had poured nothing but endless, unconditional love onto him would never hurt him. Indeed, it was like a mirror.
ひろあき！
Okay, that's weird. I mean, what kind of hits was there that he doesn't have a lot of pain? Snowflakes danced in the air like cherry blossoms. And yet, no snowflakes are to be seen in this picture. They fell softly onto Tsubaki's heart, cooling the flames. That was a surprising scene. I witnessed the conversation between Tsubaki and her brother from the sideline.
ごめんね。痛くなかった？
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Does it hurt?
お姉ちゃんこそ大丈夫？
How about you? Are you okay?
私は全然。
I'm alright.
だって泣いてるよ。どっか痛いんでしょ？
But you're crying, right? Where does it hurt?
いいの。ごめんね。なんでもないの。
I'm okay. I'm sorry. There's really nothing wrong.
Tsubaki must feel tortured by his impeccable trust.
お姉ちゃん、僕が悪いの？僕が一人でお外に行くのがそんなに悲しかった？
Oni-chan, is it my fault? Are you sad because I left home alone?
Tsubaki weakly shook her head. Well, she should have nodded at least. Maybe then he would... whatever. I taught Tsubaki this once before. Let your emotions guide your body. Let everything in your heart flow out.
お姉ちゃんがおかしかったんだよ。
There was just something wrong with me.
And this was the result. No matter how spoiled he is, Tsubaki's brother was still Tsubaki's brother. Tsubaki's whole family was so innocent and naive. You'd wonder if they were faking it.
ごめん。ごめんね。僕。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I.
ヒロアキは何にも悪くないよ。私が嘘をついてたの。
No, you didn't do anything wrong. Hiroaki, I'm the one who lied.
ヒロアキとの約束を破って学園もずる休みしてたの。さっきだって遊んでたんじゃなくてイライラしてヒロアキをぶったの。
I didn't keep my promise with you, and I took the day off from school too, and I wasn't playing. I hit you because I was annoyed.
ごめん。ごめんね。
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So sorry, goddamn. The tears fell together like a reflection in a mirror. A sudden ache erupted in my chest. I finally understood what I had seen in Tsubaki all along. It's not that she disgusts me. It's that she has what I've always yearned for. I was deeply jealous of her innocence. Thus, I wanted to destroy it. Damn. We should have never crossed paths. Tsubaki built such a wonderful thing with the strength of her heart. A thing I'll never have. She built a steady home no wind could ever shake.
僕もう絶対勝手に出歩かないよ。
I never come out by myself again.
そう？
Really?
うん。だってお姉ちゃんと一緒にいたいもん。お姉ちゃんがお外連れてってくれるもん。お姉ちゃんが僕の頼みを聞いてくれなかったことないもん。
Yeah, because I want to be with you. You'll come out with me. Never say no when I ask for something, sis.
A smile slowly emerged on Tsubaki's face.
ありがとう。なんだかとっても楽になったよ。
Thanks. I feel a lot more relaxed now.
私はこれでいいんだね、ヒロアキ。
I'll just be myself, Hiroaki.
誰も疑わないし、お金にも興味ないし、恋愛にも消極的。
Never suspecting anyone, never showing interest in money, having a passive approach to love.
それでも私にはたくさんの家族がいるもんね。お父さんが買ってくれたダサいコート着るし、みんなが繁華街で遊んでる時に私は公園でヒロアキと関係にするの。
And anyway, I have a family with me. When everyone else is hanging out downtown, I'll be kicking cans in the park with you, wearing those dull coats Dad buys for me.
それでいいんだよね。
That's how it should be, isn't it?
Wow, this is even too sugary and cute for my taste.
ヒロアキ、
Isn't it, Hiroaki?
Oh god, that's... Oh god, I get diabetic from that. God damn it, and not the good kind. The snowfall grew heavier. I forgot the work I came to do as I stood there, watching. I couldn't suppress my feelings. If I let these people influence me any further, I'll never be myself again. Nevertheless, I can't deny that I want to take that final step. How is the Miwa family going to face poverty after the move? Can they continue to make fond memories in the face of a true problem? Money. After thinking about the uncertain future, my feelings became muddled. I hope I'm not developing feelings for Tsubaki above the necessary level. Should I go deeper? Oh, I was warned by this. I was warned by this. If there will be immediately another question for me, then I know I have to ditch her for the true ending. I really, really want to see the true ending. I want to see the darkest depths of this novel. And the premise I got was, be as nice as possible to everyone. And then at the last moment, ditch them. So let's see what this is. Oh, and I should not forget to... Yeah, let's just save from the beginning again. Is that okay? I ask myself this question once more. If I choose Tsubaki here, I feel like there'll be no turning back. I have ambitions of my own. Not to mention, I'm also curious about Usami and her relation to the fierce criminal calling himself Maou. Even so, will I help Tsubaki? Avoid her. I shouldn't affiliate myself with her anymore. I gave up the idea of making her my assistant. That girl has her own life to live. Now that I've made my decision, I shouldn't hesitate anymore. I can return her diary tomorrow. I turned back and headed for the station. Behind me in the snow, two siblings played together joyfully. That was as weird as it ever could get. I washed my face before going to sleep. My face reflected misfortune as I looked in the mirror. Tsubaki made a fool out of me with this one. Huh? A guest? But it's already 10 o'clock. I looked at the face behind the speaker and suddenly became annoyed. Let me guess, Usami Haru? Hiya! What are you doing here? Sorry to bother you, but could you lend me some soy sauce? God, what? I need a female voice. What are my female voices? I have something like this, but that's too joyful. I have something like this, but that's a little bit too low and I can't really play around with it as much as I want. So, what would be a voice for you, Samiharu? Let me see. Sorry to bother you, but could you lend me some soy sauce? I don't know, I just go with that for now. Maybe I get something better later. Oh, soy sauce. I totally forgot to ask this question. Soy sauce? Wait. Oh God, I have to focus again, sorry. To tell the truth, I live nearby. Yeah, why? There's no way you could afford an apartment around here. No, it's true. An old friend lent me a room on the second floor of an office nearby. True, there are a few houses with corporate inscriptions on the nameplates. Can I come in? Not that I have anything important to talk about. Just go back to where you came from. Cut me some slack here. Not that I have anything important to talk about. Hey, don't put your face so close to the camera. You're creating a pretty hilarious picture over here. No, nobody's going to marry me anymore. Take responsibility and let me in. Christ, I get it already. You have 5 minutes. I buzzed her in and Yusami walked in through the entrance with a victorious cheer. I waited patiently for a few moments before the sound of footsteps outside prompted me to undo the chain and deadbolt.
お邪魔していいですか？
May I come in?
Don't poke your head out of a half-open door. It's creepy.
では遠慮なく。
Alrighty then.
I didn't even hear Yusami cross the threshold. She just managed to appear in the living room somehow. Well, spit it out. What's the matter?
はい？
I'm asking you about the reason for this sudden visit. If you have something to say, you can just call, you know?
椿がさっきうちに来ましてね。
Tsubaki just came over to my house. Tsubaki?
おや？椿と何かありましたか？コンコン。
What was that? Gungo? Gungo. Let me hear that again. Auto reading mode?
おや？椿と何かありましたか？コンコン。
Gungo. It's so cute!
Oh, do you have any secrets with Tsubaki?
Don't smell the bed. You won't find anything.
いや、驚きましたよ。玄関先でいきなり頭下げられましたからね。
I tell you, it was quite a shock. Tsubaki suddenly bowed down and apologized to me at the door.
For her attitude lately?
ですです。こんな夜更けにですよ。うちの住所にしてもわざわざ学園に問い合わせたんだそうです。
Exactly. And at this hour too. Apparently, she went to the trouble to ask the school for my address.
Isn't that wonderful? You guys are friends again.
いやいや、自分もほっとしました。子供が帰ってきたんだから警察に連絡しろとか言うのは、よくよく考えてみれば酷な話でした。
Okay.
It was a relief for me too. Thinking back on it, saying, the kid's back, so now let's go call the police was pretty insensitive.
You changed your mind?
ええ、椿たち家族が犯人の報復を恐れているというのに、無関係な私がしゃしゃり出るのは筋違いにも程があるなと。
Indeed, Tsubaki was deathly afraid of the kidnapper's retaliation. It's not my problem, so it's not right for me to butt in.
それにしても、本当浅井さんは罪な男だなと思って、今晩押しかけてきたわけです。
Speaking of which, it's concern for your womanizing tendencies that has brought me over here tonight, you know?
I knew it. Tsubaki must have been jealous of Yusami.
魔王様は恋愛とかするんですか？
So, does that great Maou know how to love?
I'm not Maou.
しかし、ここのところバイトも休んで魔王の足取りを追っていたんですが、全然さっぱりでしたね。
Still, I even took time off from my part-time job to search for Maou's trail lately, and I don't even have a single lead.
Just give up then.
それでは母が浮かばれませんから。
If I did that, my mom couldn't rest in peace.
Don't talk like she's dead.
わはは。
Wait, what? It's not funny.
いやいや、笑いたくもなりますよ、浅井さんには。
You really cracked me up, Azai-san.
After laughing for a while, Yusami sporadically tensed up.
必ず尻尾を掴んでみせますから。
I will catch the tail of this devil.
Save that sharp look for him then. Though I made a light joke, Yusami's expression grew even harsher.
今回の誘拐事件ですがね。
I hope, please, just in this occasion, tell me if if my voice is too low for when this music plays. Because I have to put on a gentle voice to keep up the woman sounding voice. And then, yeah, the audio that I put out on the microphone is a little bit lower, so it would help me quite a bunch.
About this kidnapping,
What?
よく聞いてください。
please listen to me carefully.
Okay.
犯人はどうやってケースの中の株券を回収したのかというお話です。
One question I've yet to answer is, how did the kidnapper take the stocks in the briefcase?
Does it really matter anymore?
ええ、自分もそう思って黙ってたんですが、やはり浅井さんにはお伝えしようと思いまして。
No, probably not. Anyway, I wanted to keep this bit to myself, but I think there's something you should know.
What for?
私はちゃんとお前の策を見破ったぞという宣言をしたいんです。
So I can give one of those I've already seen through all of your trick speeches.
And why am I the one on the receiving end of it? Pray tell. Like I said, save it for Maou.
まあまあ、もうめんどくさいから聞くだけ聞いてやってくださいよ。
Too much trouble. Just listen if you would.
Realizing it was meaningless to continue fooling around with her, I shut my mouth for the moment.
まず、魔王はなぜ身代金を株券で要求してきたのか。
Oh, the whole truth. That's the background music.
First of all, why did Maou want the ransom in the form of stocks?
前もお話ししましたが、一番の目的は持ち運びを楽にするためです。
We've discussed this before. The main reason is easy transport.
しかしそれだけなら、他の有価証券、例えば小切手でもいいわけです。
But if so, there are other forms of legal tender which would suffice. For example, checks would work just fine.
Not when they get cancelled. I cut in. But when a check is cashed, it leaves a trail, doesn't it?
はい、株券もそうです。発行する会社が株券に投資番号を振りますから、誰がどこで売り買いしたのか、警察が調べればすぐに分かってしまいます。
Oh.
Yes, however, so do stocks. The corporation gives every share a PIN number, and using this PIN, the police could find out who bought or sold the correlated shares immediately.
True. In novels, the kidnapper usually asks for old bills with unsequential serial numbers instead of checks or stocks in order to decrease the risk. Of course, there are shady merchants in every trade. There are quite a few people one could sell to through a friendly third-party broker. Naturally, the police would have those places marked and would probably still be able to track you down as a suspect.
前提として、魔王は5000万からの現金を欲していたわけではないと思います。
In my opinion, obtaining 50 million yen wasn't Mao's goal.
I've thought about that too. If he only wanted money, he wouldn't have kidnapped Hiroaki.
つまり魔王は、椿たちから奪い取った株券を換金するつもりはなかった。これはつまり、どういうことでしょう。
Which means Mao likely never planned to cash the shares he got from Tsubaki's family. What could this mean?
She asked me this with a suspicious look. Rather than desiring the money for himself, he wanted Tsubaki's family to lose it?
その可能性は極めて高いです。だから、あらかじめ急落することが分かっていた銘柄を指定してきたんだと思います。
The possibility of that is very high. Thus, I think he knew about the crash beforehand, and that's why he specified which stock he wanted.
You're saying he knew?
そこは浅井さんに教えてもらいましたよね。ちょっとでも株に詳しい人なら、誰でも予想できたって。
Remember teaching me about this, Adai-san? You told me that anyone affiliated with Sanu Corporation would have known about the price drop.
Yeah? I learned that from Gonsu, though.
魔王は最悪、身代金を奪取できなかったとしても、椿の家が窮地に陥るよう、
周到に保険を打っておいたんだと思います。
Maou did that to ensure that whether or not he was able to obtain the ransom, Tsubaki's family would still be right where he wanted them. If your theory is correct, this guy is freakishly cautious. Wouldn't that mean that the moment Tsubaki's family used the money they got from their loan to buy shares, it was already Maou's victory?
ですが魔王はその後、約1日をかけて身代金の受け渡しをめぐる駆け引きを演じて、見事に株券を奪うことに成功しています。
And yet, Maou still played out a huge drama the next day to snatch the ransom, successfully taking the shares in the end. That's where it gets confusing, huh?
魔王にとっては、その1日こそがお楽しみの時間だったんだと思いますよ。
I think Maou saw that day as an excuse to have some fun.
This voice makes me short breath for some reason. I think the reason is I have to channel the voice somewhere here, but when that is, I run out of breath very easily because it's like with helium that it just presses out the air out of my lungs quicker than it would be something lower down, so in my belly area when I talk normally. I'm just bad at managing my air. Have some fun? I tilted my head in confusion.
魔王は椿の家から大金を奪うという目的のついでに私と遊んでやってくれたんです。
Maou accomplished his goal of taking the Miwa family's shares, and at the same time, he played a game with me.
Hey now, you make it sound like this Maou guy was pretty sure of himself. He could have been caught by the police at any time.
ですから身代金を株券にして保険を打ったんでしょうね。余裕のお遊びで本来の目的を逸脱しないように。何か問題があればすぐにでも誘拐を中止して雲隠れするつもりだったんでしょう。
That's probably why he used the shares as a form of insurance. That way, he could have his fun without having to worry about putting his main goal in jeopardy. If anything happened midway, Maou would probably have given up on the kidnapping and vanished into the fog.
Whatever the case, he's a maniac, which is why I have to ask. It's my turn to ask questions. Why is Maou playing this game with you?
前にも言いましたが、魔王は私を試してきたんだと思います。
As I said before, I think Maou is testing me.
That's what I'm asking. Why would he test a strange girl like you?
私が魔王の存在と過去の罪を知る数少ない人間の一人だからです。
Because I'm one of the few that know of Maou's existence and his past crimes.
Yusami's eyes narrowed.
さらに言えば、魔王は私のことを憎んでいるのだと思います。
Also, I think Maou hates me as much as I hate him.
I clicked my tongue. You're not going to tell me the details, are you?
すみませんね。
Sorry.
She stuck her tongue out. Alright, fine. Let's get back to business.
はい。魔王はどうやって身代金を奪ったのか。
Sure. So, how did Maou get the ransom?
Wasn't the theory that I copied the coin locker's key beforehand? I stared at her and Yusami smiled.
違うんですか？
Wasn't that what happened?
True enough, you asked me to keep an eye on the lockers for a while.
でしょ？その時に複製した鍵でちょっとやっちゃったわけですよ。
Right. You could have easily just opened the locker with a copied key during that time.
There's a surveillance camera in the locker bay, isn't there? You should be able to see me taking the ransom if you watch the tapes.
間抜けですね、アザイさん。
That was pretty stupid of you then, Azai-san.
Enough! I can't prove your idea wrong, but you should come up with another theory.
別の？
Another theory? What would be the most plausible way to snatch the ransom? Yusami nodded deeply.
確証はありませんがね。
I've got an idea, but there's no evidence.
It's okay, say it. All your rudeness may be forgiven after you tell me.
ありがとうございます。
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Her smile cut off immediately, and her eyebrows moved up.
事件が終わってから気づいたので、とても歯がゆいのですが。
I only noticed it after the incident ended, and it really got on my nerves.
あの日、あの時の犯人の要求には不自然な点がありました。
That day, there was something strange about the kidnapper's requests.
Yusami raised a finger.
犯人は警察の介入をひどく恐れていましたよね。
The kidnapper feared the interference of the authorities, correct?
Yeah? I nodded, remembering what I heard from Tsubaki.
魔王はたかが私とのお遊びで警察と戦うつもりなんてなかったわけです。警察の影でも見えればすぐにでも取引を中止したことでしょう。
Maou only wanted to play a game with me. He never considered facing the police. If he'd seen even a trace of a patrol car, the trade would have been called off right away.
I thought as much too. Suddenly a light bulb turned on in my head, and my eyes went round. Wait, that can't be right.
なぜです？
And why would you think that?
I'm not sure about the details, but Tsubaki was questioned by a passing policeman at one point.
はい、南区の高級住宅街で。
Wait, wasn't she asked by two policemen?
Yes, it was in the high-class residential area of the southern district.
Is that a coincidence? Or... I stopped abruptly. As if someone had grabbed my throat, I couldn't continue my sentence.
その通りです、浅井さん。
Oh! One of the policemen was Maou! Or it was one of Mao's henchmen who changed the briefcases. Is that what she's getting at?
That's right, Azai-san.
魔王がケースから身代金を奪ったのはおそらく。
Maou probably took the ransom from the briefcase.
あの時です。
Right in front of Tsubaki's eyes.
Wow, just a moment beforehand, I realized it too. Yeah, I'm not as dumb. Well, I think everyone who paid attention would have known, but still, I feel good about myself now.
警察の介入を恐れているはずの魔王こそが警察官になりすましていたんです。
Maou, who originally feared the police, disguised himself as the police.
アクシデントを装い、椿に激怒したふりをし、その後も市内を引っかき回してくれましたが、それもすべて陽動です。
The coincidental police interview, his intentional agitating of Tsubaki all day, the ruckus all over the city, they were all traps.
おかしいと思いませんか？
Don't you think it's strange?
椿は職務質問を振り払って逃げたんですよ。よく騒ぎにならなかったものです。よしんば騒ぎにならなかったとしても、慎重な魔王が椿を許して取引を続けるとは考えにくいです。
Tsubaki escaped without answering their questions, right? It's amazing there was no major fuss. But even if nothing major was caused, it's hard to imagine that cautious Maou letting Tsubaki go and continuing the trade.
I wondered that myself. I mean, she basically fled from the police, and then I think there would be more fuss to make about it. It was pretty strange.
そう考えると、いくつかの疑惑が線を結びます。
If we follow through with this to the end, all of the pieces begin to match up.
魔王はなぜアタッシュケースに株券を入れさせたのか。
Why did Maou tell us to put the shares in a briefcase?
持ち運びに便利なはずの株券をまたわざわざ大きなケースに入れる理由は何だったのか。椿の後を追いながらずっと疑問に思っていました。
The shares by themselves are already convenient enough to carry around. So why would he go out of his way to order them into a bulky briefcase? It kept bothering me as I followed Tsubaki around.
情けないことに今考えてみればおかしな話なんです。
But now that I think back, it's really ridiculous. I hate myself for not realizing it earlier.
魔王は警察を警戒しているはずなのに椿にケースなんて似合わないものを持たせ、よく警察が巡察する南区の住宅街を受け渡し場所に選んだんですから。
Maou should have been wary about the police, but he let Tsubaki carry a suitcase that clearly made her stand out. He even chose the Southern District residential area for the exchange, an area that the police patrol frequently.
その答えは事件が終わってから分かりました。
It wasn't until after the incident was already over that I figured it out.
サイズの大きい黒のアタッシュケースは警察が職務質問の中で中身を確認してきても妥当と思われるものだからです。
He chose a huge black suitcase so people would think it's normal for the police to come up and ask about it.
少なくとも椿の後をつけて動向を探っていた私には南区のような高級住宅街に不審車両が公然と路駐しているんです。巡回中の警官が窓を叩いても無理はありません。
It fooled me into thinking that at least it didn't feel out of the ordinary at all. After all, if you came across a suspicious vehicle parked right on the road in a high-class residential area like the Southern District, it's only natural to think a patrolling policeman might knock on the window.
私はまんまと椿が運悪く警官に捕まったのだと信じ込まされたわけです。
I was totally fooled into believing that Tsubaki was caught by the police because of her bad luck.
あの時警官は2人いました。1人が狼狽する椿に質問を浴びせていましたが、もう1人おそらく魔王の仲間が車内を探っていました。
There were
ケ
two
ースを開けて株券を取り出していたんでしょう。
There were two officers. One questioned the panicked Tsubaki, and the other, probably a friend of Maou, searched the car. He most likely opened the suitcase and took the shares at that time.
おそらく椿は警官の背格好も声も覚えていないことでしょう。魔王は椿の心理状態をよく推し量っていたと言えます。
Tsubaki probably doesn't remember the policeman's face or voice. Maou was without a doubt well aware of just what state of mind Tsubaki was in back then.
かくいう私ももっと注意して経過を見ておくべきだったんです。
Then again, I don't have room to talk. I should have paid more attention to the police myself.
今となっては制帽を深くかぶっていた程度にしか思い出せませんが、一人は鼻が高く外国人風だったような気もします。
After all this time, I only remember that they pulled their caps down, and one of them had a long nose. I got the impression that he was a foreigner.
Because of having a long nose?
魔王にとっては一番の正念場だったでしょう。その場に本物の警官が出てきてもおかしくはないのですから。
That was probably the most critical moment of the whole event to Maou. It wouldn't have been unheard of for real police to show up there.
そう思ってつい先日、あの辺りの交番に迷子になったふりをして行ってみました。どうも巡回には定められた時間があるようですね。魔王はそういったところも入念に調べ上げていたのかもしれません。
A few days ago, I pretended to have lost my way and went to the police station with this idea in mind. From what I saw, it seemed that the patrol times are fixed. It's possible that Maou researched these details himself.
ついでに聞いてみたところ、その交番の警官の方が2人一緒に街を巡回したことはここのところないそうです。
I asked around too, and the police in that station didn't patrol in a team of 2 any time recently.
Yusami's piercing eyes forced a touch of caution into my next statement. I see. So you do at least have some backing to your theory.
ええ。しかし、所詮は当てずっぽです。
But it's only a guess, mind you.
Yusami frowned again.
捕まえなければ意味がありませんから。
If we don't catch Maou, then this is pointless.
Her eyes grew even more piercing and profound than before.
魔王は椿を、何の関係もない椿を巻き込みました。
Maou, he made Tsubaki, dragged Tsubaki into this when she didn't have anything to do with it.
Frightening glare filled with resentment.
許されないと思いませんか、浅井さん。
That's unforgivable, wouldn't you agree, Adai-san?
I stood against Yusami's attention and provoked her with my own glare in return. Unforgivable, Yusami. For some reason my heart was calm. I unknowingly took on a dignified attitude. It was almost like there was something inside of me accepting her challenge, and at the same time showing enough confidence to say that she was not a threat. What if, as she claims, I am Maou? Though I knew for sure it couldn't be true, a small voice somewhere laughed and said it wasn't so bad either. Oh! Oh my me! Oh god, that sounded really bad. I shouldn't have watched Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney abridged series anime thingy. But, alright! Well, that was chapter 2! I finished it already up! And we are heading straight into chapter 3 then. But only in the next episode. I'm sorry for that. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. Leave a like to become a knight now. And I will hopefully see you then in the next episode. Stay tuned.